So it's your father losing his multi-million-dollar business for another. You checking on him. You ain't checking on me.
Hold on, let me talk.
But you checking on.
Let me talk.
Man, sick of this.
We need to talk about Kirk Frost. This man just can't seem to stay out of trouble, and it's getting pretty obvious. Recently, Kirk's been acting a little too familiar with his friend Jock's wife, Kendra Robinson, and at first, people didn't think much of it. Maybe he was just being supportive, right? But nope, when you start looking closer, things get way weirder. We're talking about constant comments on Kendra's posts, dropping fire emojis, and liking every post the moment it's up. Like, how is Kirk the first one to like every single post? Does he have notifications turned on for Kendra's page, or is there something more to it? Now, let's not forget who we're talking about here. This is Kirk Frost, the same guy who's cheated on his wife Rashida more times than anyone can count, had a secret baby, and is basically the king of drama when it comes to reality TV mess.
I don't have to get no explanations to no goddamn body. If you understand, you understand.
Nah, what are you talking about? Like,
that's
how
what it is.
Is that? You
That's
so
not
goddamn
insensitive.
big-headed and arrogant. You around here creating babies all over the globe, dropping them off household to household.
All over the globe?
You
What are you
ignorant
talking
enough to not actually be able to tell my mama, tell my brother. You should answer them.
I would talk to whoever when I'm ready.
So, are we really supposed to believe that Kirk's just being friendly and supportive toward Kendra, or is he trying something more? And it doesn't stop there. It wasn't just about the social media comments. Kirk was sliding into Kendra's DMs, too. And when Jock found out, he wasn't having it. He confronted Kirk about the situation, and things got even messier from there. So here's the deal, Jock didn't just randomly decide to call Kirk out. This had been going on for a while, and Jock was starting to notice a pattern. Every time Kendra posted a picture, Kirk was right there in the comments, first to comment, first to drop an emoji. It was almost like he had notifications turned on just for her. It wasn't just a casual nice pic or a congratulations, either. No, Kirk was out here giving full-on fashion critiques like he was Kendra's personal stylist. And every post? Like, where is all this energy for your own wife, Kirk?
How did we get here? This is crazy. I've never come to this point, but I'm not giving up on mine.
Fans were starting to notice, too. People began asking in the comments, why is Kirk always in Kendra's business? Does Rashida know about this? At one point, fans started questioning if Kirk was getting too close to Jock's wife. But the real problem came when Kirk took things to the next level. He wasn't just leaving comments and likes, he was watching Kendra's Instagram stories as soon as they were posted. You know that person who watches your story so fast it's like they've been sitting there waiting for you to post? That was Kirk. And when Jock noticed this, he had to ask, how do you see her stories before I even do? Kirk tried to laugh it off, saying, nah, man, I just be scrolling. But come on, Jock wasn't buying it. Scrolling is one thing, but watching every single one of Kendra's stories right as they drop? That's not normal, and Jock knew it. It gets worse, though.
I would say is, don't get caught up in comments. Everybody's got an opinion. Even you sometimes will find yourself leaving an opinion or making an opinion or posting an opinion and then find out that your opinion was wrong.
One night, Kendra was minding her business when she got a DM from none other than Kirk Frost. The message wasn't wild or anything, but it was way too familiar. Kirk wrote something like, hope you had a great day. That outfit was fire as always. Keep killing it. Now, let's break this down. Why is Kirk DMing Jock's wife late at night? And what's with the as always part? How often is he looking at Kendra's outfits to say something like that? That's when Jock really started to get suspicious. It wasn't just the words in the message, it was the energy behind it. It felt like the kind of message someone would send if they were flirting, even if they weren't saying it outright. Jock could see what was going on, and he wasn't about to let Kirk play dumb this time. The confrontation between Jock and Kirk got real tense. After everything came out, Kirk promised he'd stop and said it was all just a misunderstanding. But honestly, do we really think Kirk is just going to stop? Is he going to quit all this behavior, or is he just laying low until people forget about it? Let's be real here. Kirk doesn't exactly have a great track record when it comes to keeping his word. He promised Rashida he'd be faithful, but that didn't happen. He swore up and down that Jasmine Washington's baby wasn't his, but we all know how that turned out. Every time he gets caught in something shady, he acts like he's innocent, only for the truth to come out later. So yeah, maybe Kirk is going to lay low for a while, but knowing his history, he'll probably be back at it sooner rather than later. And fans are definitely not letting him off the hook. People are calling Kirk out left and right, saying he's acting thirsty, messy, and disrespectful. Honestly, they have a point. Right now, some people are trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, thinking maybe he was just being friendly. But let's really think about this. If Kirk was just being friendly, why was he always the first one to comment on Kendra's posts? And if it was all innocent, why did he feel the need to DM her at night instead of just sending whatever he had to say in a group chat? And if there was nothing to hide, why did he immediately backtrack when Jock called him out? That's the thing about people who are testing the waters, they don't go all in right away. They move just enough to see what they can get away with. And Kirk has done this before. Remember when he was just being cool with Jasmine, and next thing you know, they had a whole baby together? Every time he got caught, he swore it was all innocent until it wasn't. So yeah, maybe Kirk didn't officially cross the line, but he was definitely getting dangerously close to it. Some fans feel like Jock didn't press Kirk hard enough. They're saying, yeah, he called him out, but did he really do enough? I mean, if your friend is constantly commenting on your wife's posts, always watching her stories, and sliding into her DMs at night, shouldn't that be a bigger issue? Shouldn't Jock have been like, if I ever see you in my wife's DMs again, we have a serious problem? Let's be real, if the roles were reversed and Jock was all over Rashida's page like that, do we think Kirk would be so calm about it? So here's the big question, should Jock have set clearer boundaries with Kirk? Should he have made it crystal clear that this behavior can't continue, or did he handle it the right way by calling Kirk out without escalating it further? And what about Rashida? Does she know about all this? If she found out, you know she'd have something to say. She's already forgiven Kirk for cheating, lying, and even having a secret child, but how much more is she willing to tolerate? What if she already knows? What if she's seen the comments, the likes, and the DMs, and she's just waiting for the right moment to call Kirk out herself? Rashida isn't the type to sit back and let things slide. If she didn't know before, she definitely knows now. So now it's your turn. Do you think Kirk was just being friendly, or was he testing the waters? Do you think Jock should have confronted him harder? And, most importantly, do we think Rashida knows about all of this? Drop your thoughts in the comments because I know you've got something to say. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates. If Kirk keeps acting up, you know we'll be right back here talking about it. Let's dive even deeper into this whole Kirk Frost situation, because things are getting pretty wild, and honestly, this isn't the first time we've seen Kirk in a mess like this. The guy just can't stay out of drama. From his past behavior, we know that Kirk has a history of doing whatever he wants without thinking about the consequences. And honestly, if he's not careful, he might be digging himself into an even deeper hole with this whole thing with Kendra. When we look back at Kirk's past, it's hard to believe that he's just out here being nice to Jock's wife. We're talking about the same guy who has cheated on Rashida multiple times, had a whole secret baby, and still somehow continues to stay relevant in the reality TV world. The man is basically the definition of messy. So now, when we see him acting this way with Kendra, the red flags are impossible to ignore. It's not like he's just being a friend to her, commenting on her posts every once in a while. No, he's going out of his way to be the first one to like her pictures, the first one to drop a fire emoji, and the first one to leave a comment, as if he's obsessed with her Instagram. If he was truly just being friendly, would he have so much energy for every single post? It's like he's trying to be more than just a supportive friend. It's not just about the public displays of affection either. Kirk was in Kendra's DMs sending her direct messages. And when it wasn't just a simple hey, nice picture, but rather a message saying that outfit was fire, as always, that's where it crosses a line. What does as always even mean? How often is Kirk paying attention to what Kendra is wearing, and why is he noticing so closely? That is always gave off a vibe that he's been watching her posts for a while. A simple great look would have sufficed, but that extra touch made it feel like Kirk was looking for a deeper connection than just nice clothes. And let's be honest, what kind of message do you send someone you've been flirting with behind the scenes? Now, the fact that Kirk kept playing it off like it was no big deal is a whole different level of shady. Jock wasn't having it, and rightfully so. If someone's acting this way with your spouse, you'd start to question their intentions, and Jock did exactly that. When he confronted Kirk about his behavior, Kirk tried to laugh it off and act like it wasn't anything serious. But here's the thing, once you've crossed a line, there's no going back, and Jock wasn't letting Kirk off easy. Sure, Kirk may have promised to back off and act normal, but do you really believe him? Considering Kirk's history, his promises are about as trustworthy as a piece of paper in a rainstorm. Let's talk about why Jock's reaction is so crucial here. Jock could have let this slide, but he didn't. He could have just ignored it and moved on, but he chose to stand up and call Kirk out for his suspicious behavior. And, to be honest, I think Jock should have gone a bit harder. If your friend is in your wife's comments all the time, sliding into her DMs, and constantly showing too much interest, shouldn't you do more than just call them out and hope they stop? Jock's response might not have been enough to fully shut down Kirk's behavior. If the roles were reversed, do we really think Kirk would have been this calm? Would he have just laughed it off if Jock was commenting all over Rashida's posts and sliding into her DMs? When we're talking about friendships, there should be clear boundaries, especially when it comes to a spouse. It's not just about the surface level things like comments and DMs, it's about the deeper issues. When one friend is constantly getting involved with the other's partner, it makes things awkward and can lead to serious trust issues. Jock might have handled it the way he did because he didn't want to escalate things too much, but at what point does it go too far? If your best friend is messing around like this with your wife, should you just laugh it off, or should you put your foot down and say, if I ever catch you doing this again, it's over between us? She's been loyal to him, but at some point, she has to draw the line. If she doesn't already know about Kirk's behavior with Kendra, then the fact that it's out in the open now might change things. We all know this drama is far from over, and it's likely we'll hear more about this in the future. So, I want to hear your thoughts. Do you think Kirk was just being friendly, or was he testing the waters? Should Jock have handled the situation differently? And does Rashida need to know about this? Drop your thoughts in the comments, there's a lot to unpack here, and you know we'll be keeping an eye on how this situation unfolds. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because if Kirk keeps acting up, we'll be right back here talking about it.